What? What's up, everybody? Hold on, let the beat drop. Yeah, Bevy Jae off mute. I'm telling you, I'm gonna find me somebody somewhere to like really hype up Bevy Jae off mute. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Bevy Jae. Did you miss me? Because I missed you guys. First of all, thank every last one of you for tuning in this Saturday. Well, last Saturday from at 11:11 at 11. I stood on that. I was excited. A lot of y'all don't know, but yeah, I know 11:11 is something significant far as new beginnings, and it's just one of those angel numbers, but my angel passed away that day. My grandmother, Patricia Ann Granger, she got her wings on 11:11 at 1:11, which is the craziest thing, but I digress. In honor of her, I just was like, you know what? New beginnings. So Saturday definitely started new beginnings for me, and I can't wait to share with you guys exactly what I'm talking about because, baby, your girl got a whole story. My life. But I want to jump right into the topic. Again, I want to shout out everybody that watched the show this past Saturday. It was pretty cool. But today is Wednesday, and today we officially are starting Bevy Jae off mute. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me bring that back real quick. Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Bevy Jae off mute. Okay, that's just the shenanigans of Bevy. Just start the show. Okay, I'm gonna start the show. Okay. So welcome, y'all. We talking about turning your pain into purpose, right? And one of the things that I did mention was I wanted to kind of dive deeper into my second marriage. And with that second marriage, with that betrayal that I went through, just the heart stabbing, the lies, and just like, bruh, who are you? Birth Bevy Jae. So that pain was actually on purpose, and that pain was needed to be able to form my identity. So if you are experiencing pain and hurt and you still have yet to turn that pain into your purpose, this show is definitely for you. I hope to inspire you. I hope that you don't give up right now, even when your back is up against the wall and you're just not understanding why. And as I look at my entire life and everything that I've been through, which was a lot of pain, it's like, God, I cannot escape pain. Something's always happening. Why me? Well, why not you? What makes you so special that you think that you can't hurt? That you think that you can't go through life? I don't care how good of a person you are. And I'm saying this only because that was me. I would like to say that I'm pretty pure, right? You know, I always come in with good intentions. You know, when you just think about just life and what you've been through, it's just like, why would they do that to me? I could never imagine doing this thing to somebody else. And one of my biggest mistakes and one of my flaws was always expecting me out of people. Yeah. How many of you actually do that? You know what I'm saying? You know that your heart is so good. It's like, my heart is pure. It's good. It's amazing. But you just always keep getting stabbed left and right from family, from friends, from your spouse, from just life. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're not exempt from pain happening to you. So I want to just dive in deep with that marriage. If you want to know everything, you got to go back to the first episode to kind of put the pieces together. But let me summarize it, right? So boy meets girl, girl meets boy. everything was perfect, y'all. I was single for 4.5 years. Met this man. He swept me off of my feet. He was older. He was talking about marriage. I was just like, I'm ready. I had been single for about 4.5 years before I even got with anybody, right? So I was ready. Like, I want a family. I want a husband. Here come this man that just charmed me, winged me off, just swept me off of my feet. I would say this man treated me probably the best that I've ever been treated, but it came with a price. And that was a price that I had to pay for, but I also was thankful for it. So fast forward, we got married in 3 weeks. Yeah. Like I said in my last show that, I definitely got the Dummy of the Year award, but that was a price that I had to pay to become who I am today. And I don't regret it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you mature enough in what you're going through, you can mature enough to say, you know what? Yeah, I did make that mistake. But that mistake actually was a blessing, right? Talking about that pain that I went through, y'all, I went through it. So when I found out this man only had married me for his citizenship, what is that? How was that even a thing? How is this even possible, right? So when I found out all of this information, like I literally my heart was like shattered into a million pieces because here I am thinking that we have this love story, this fairy tale, right? And it was just a lie. Like, come on now. I'm looking at dude, you don't love me. So every time that you said you love me, every time we made love, it was all a lie. You know what I'm saying? It was temporary feelings for him, temporary pleasure for him. But for me, I'm thinking long haul. Like, this is my forever person. A lot of people might say, well, how could you think that this person is your forever person in a matter of 3 weeks? It ain't happened to you, so you can't speak on that. You know what I'm saying? This is for somebody who felt like I'm feeling. Maybe it wasn't 3 weeks. Maybe it was 3 months. Maybe it was 6 months. It could have even been a year. I'm grateful for the small time, the little time it took, because I could have been somebody who was still in a situation for like 5 or 10 years. I couldn't imagine losing 5 or 10 years of my life, but I'm thankful that I caught it when I caught it, but it was still devastating that a person that I took his last name lied to me the way that he did, and it questioned me. Who are you? Like, girl, who are you? Like, for real, who are you? So a couple months in, after I figured out what was going on, I was depressed. I was sick with it. Like, I was sick. Like, when I say I was sick, like, I was sick. Like, I'm just like, if I can paint a picture real quick, like me in the corner, rocking back and forth, like that type of sick, like, what did I do? Because I went in here with a pure heart. And that was my biggest thing. I'm always trying to see me and other people. I had no hidden motives. I had no, oh my gosh, let me do X, Y, Z to him. I couldn't even possibly think of anything crazy. All I could just think about, like, why me? Like, dude, like, why me? Like, why me? Why was I the target? But I'm happy I was. It could have definitely ended in a way worse situation than how it ended. But instead, it ended with me figuring out who I am and what my purpose is, right? I typically say to a lot of my sisters when we do talk, because I have a sister circle, it's called Elevate Her, and I was telling them one time, like, no shade to the therapist, because I actually, let me go ahead and give y'all a little tea. Your girl going back to school, right? So I can be a therapist, because the amount of things that I've been through, y'all, like, okay, God, I'm going to tell my testimony. But for me, when I was going through therapy at one point, when I was younger, how can I say this? The therapist at the time, okay, let me put a pin in that. Let me put a pin, because y'all, I be getting off track. Y'all got to tell me, Bevy, stay on track. It's okay, tell me, because I will definitely get off track. But when I was raped, when I was 17 years old, right? And I had to go see a therapist because that messed me up mentally. I could have died. I could have caught AIDS. I could have got pregnant, right? So that did mess me up. And I will never forget it. I don't remember her name, but I remember the detective, Officer Young, because that man, that's a whole nother story, because the way this man came at me, like it was me, like I was the villain. Like, ooh, child, that's a whole nother story. That man I will never forget. But her, when she was asking me these questions, it made me feel weird. It made me feel strange. I didn't feel safe. I felt worse, right? And I asked her, I said, have you been raped before? She kind of looked at me and she was like, well, no. And I said, you don't know how I feel right now. And sometimes, again, I am not discrediting these amazing therapists. Again, this was 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 21 years ago. Ooh, child. 21 years ago. And I've seen therapists too for my marriages and stuff like that. But that, again, that's a whole nother story. So when I talked to her about that, she didn't understand what I was going through, right? So fast forwarding into me going back to what I was talking about, far as me becoming a therapist, that's why. Because of the pain and everything that I've been through, I'm relatable, right? I've actually experienced it. I can relate to someone that has been married 3 times. I can relate to someone who has gotten their heart broken. I can relate to someone who feels like it's so many different things of somebody who was homeless. I can relate to that. Sleeping in your car, broke, no money. I can relate to that because I went through that. So y'all just got some tea. I'm excited because I played around. I think I want to say earlier this year when I was like, Bevy Jae, I was like, that kind of got a nice little ring to it. So I'm going to take y'all on that journey too, but there is something deeper inside of me. And that's why my show is called Bevy Jae Off Mute. Because for years, I have been silent. I'll speak up a little bit, chirp, chirp, and then I'll go back off. Like, no, I'm coming off because I got to give God his glory. Like, I have to. And me being able to express how I felt, me being transparency, like I always say, I'm the queen of transparency. Because transparency will set you free. And me being transparent, sharing my stories, has freed a lot of people. You know, I'm going through the same thing. So let me go back to this whole pain factor that I went through in this second marriage. I was depressed. I was lonely. I was scared. I feared for my life, y'all. Like, who does that? Like, he had the right one at that time. Don't try to come around the block now and do something like that, because I ain't heard no more. Let me put that out there. But he had the right one. Somebody could have lost their life like that. That could have been a thin line between love and hate type of situation. But that wasn't me. Instead, I went mute. I went silent. I went in the downward, like a downward spiral. Like, I went down. And I was just like, man, here I am thinking I got this forever, man. You know, another thing that I like to talk about when I'm talking with my girls is the pain factor of how we're laying in bed. We're talking about our dreams, our goals, our kids' names. That hurts to know that you can't get that with the person that you thinking that you're gonna get that with, but you're literally sleeping with the enemy. This dude had a whole hidden agenda. This Negro had a whole family, a child I didn't even know about. But you want, I digress. That pain that I went through was on purpose. That pain turned me into Bevy Jae. So let me tell y'all about that experience, right? And I hope you still watching. I hope this is freeing you, because let me free somebody real quick, right? that pain that you're going through right now, I don't care what type of pain it is, relationship pain, job loss pain, broke pain, I don't care, parent pain, sibling pain, that pain, right? I do this prayer every day where I ask God to heal people that's going through pain, because I know what it feels like, to be able to just keep harping on things. And that's the problem. You're still thinking about it. And I'm going to just tell you what I did, right? So, and how I figured out what my purpose was and how I became Bevy Jae and where I'm headed. And it's the same type of journey for everybody. The journey is different, but the goal is the same. Is to utilize that pain and birth a purpose. And a lot of us are obedient. And when I say obedient, God done told you what you needed to do because of that pain. Like that pain that have us doing a whole bunch of stuff we never thought that we would do just because we're in pain. Like, let me talk about the broke pain. The broke pain, oh baby, what you doing? You filling out 5011 applications because you're like, oh no, I can't be broke, And it increases your drive to do stuff that you've never thought that you was going to do. But that pain is on purpose. That pain is for a reason, right? So this is what I did, y'all. I'm telling y'all. So after feeling sorry for myself for a few months rather, him and I went into separate bedrooms temporarily until he officially moved out because I wasn't having that. And I had this huge pity party for myself, right? I wasn't taking care of myself again. I was getting sick because I was just like, the nerve, the monster. Like, how? And I'm gonna go into further details. Like, I gotta hook y'all. You just stay tuned. But after feeling sorry for myself, I'm crying out to God. And I noticed crying out to God is so therapeutic for me, and it's probably for you. You probably agree, but like, yeah, it is therapeutic. And after crying out to God and enraged, y'all, I was enraged. I was just like, like I was angry because the nerve, like I was mad, y'all. Like I was pissed. I was just, how could you? And then I looked in the mirror and said, Bevy, how could you? You talking about him. How could you? How could you be so stupid? How could you not have seen it? And then I thought about the other pain, my childhood. And growing up, not having a stable home, not necessarily getting the love that I needed and deserved. I just wanted my own family, even if it meant being spontaneous and reckless. And love isn't supposed to hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if it's love, I know it's gonna work. That was just me being hopeless romantic. But after I had this whole pity party for myself, I began to journal. Journaling is something that is really real and needed. And I began to ask God, like, who am I? Who did you call me to be? And as I'm just thinking about everything that I've been through, different women flocking to me. Oh, I love your confidence. Oh, Bevy, you're so beautiful. Oh, Bevy, this. Can you give me advice? And I'm thinking about all of the pain that I've been through from a childhood up until now. And this gentleman, again, I will never forget this, older guy, great wisdom. He's like, you're not, I was in Dallas, Texas, by the way, y'all. He was like, you're not from here. And I was like, how you know? He's like, I can tell. He's like, where are you from? And I told him I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's like, where else you been? And then I told him, I was like, Indiana. He's like, where else? I was like, Shreveport. He's like, God got you on a journey. I was like, what you mean he got me on a journey? He painted this roadmap. I started off in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Then I went to Gary, Indiana. Then I went to Shreveport, Louisiana. And then here I am in Dallas. And I had to think about the people that I've met, the experiences that I've went through, and the pain that I encountered. Each pit stop was a pain point. I was just like, wow. And I'm thinking like God has me on a journey. Again, I wasn't that close to God. I was close, but I wasn't close like I am. Like me and him, we like this now. And he can't leave me and I can't leave him. I'm stick beside him. That's how me and him are right now. But back then, it was like this. Every now and then, it was like this. And so that kind of hit me. And so I started I did this huge, like they do it on social media now, and I actually did it. But I did this whole list of everything that I could remember that I've been through that was painful. From the molestation, from the rape, from friends turning on me, friends sleeping with my men, my boyfriend at the time, from pain between me and my mother, my siblings, like all of that. I'm writing down all of these details and all of this other stuff. And I just started crying, y'all. Because I was like, why me? Here's that question again. Why me? Why does this happen to me? It forced me to learn something about myself. Yeah, I might be sweet, but I'm just too sweet. I might be nice. I'm just too nice. I might be a little gullible. Too gullible. You got to literally elevate where you're at, right? So, this pain, right? The heartache. I felt like that pain and that heartache brought me down to this little. God had to break me all the way down to where I had no choice but to seek him. I had to figure out who he was again. And in the midst of finding who he was, I found who I was. And it was kind of like, I'm here for a purpose. I connect with so many women. I inspire women. There's a reason why I was into fashion and makeup, because it's deeper than just, let me put on some clothes. Let me beat my face. Because behind that outfit and behind that beat face lies a woman and lies a little girl who is still scorned. And I was just like, okay. So I'm grateful for that marriage. I'm grateful that he did what he did. Because if it had went the way that I wanted it to go, will I be right here? Because the vision God gave me, I'm going to put a timestamp, that I'm going to be speaking to thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of women, and probably some men too. But I had to go through it because there's somebody right now that's watching that's on mute because they're afraid. They're scared. They don't want people to look at them different because of what they went through. Because they might have took their ex back who was abusive and he's doing it again. That was me. You might be with a habitual cheater and you might start fantasizing about that other woman because he keeps going to her. So you want to know what you can do to improve yourself. That was me too. I get it. One of my favorite, my new favorite scriptures is Psalms 34:18. That God is close to the brokenhearted. And that did something to me when I found that, because you're walking around here with a broken heart and you're stuck in that year that it happened to you. I did this exercise with my girls, and I said, what year did it happen? It's like, what you mean? What year did it happen? What year did he cheat on you? What year did you have a falling out with your family, your friends? What year was it when you lost your job? What year was it when you were homeless? What year was it when you got raped? What year was it when that pain happened to you? I want you to do it too. Because I guarantee you are still stuck in that year. And that's a hard pill that we got to swallow. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with me. When people used to tell me, hey, look, listen to this motivational speech or read this book, I used to get so offended. You want me to read a book? I ain't stupid. My spirit was irritated and annoyed. That was my attitude, y'all. And I'm just like, oh Lord, like what is going on here? That was my attitude. But again, I had to do a lot of digging. Because this is not who God, this is not where and what and who and how. Like, this is not it. This is not God's plan for me. You know, a lot of us, we get in our own way. Me, I ran for years and just doing my own little thing. Just doing my own little thing. This is what I want to do. And God's going to bless it. He will, to a certain extent. But if he tells me to go left, I'm not going right again. If he tells me to go right, I'm not going left again. So I want to tell you this. I want you to do it broke. I know you hurting right now. And it might be a financial brokenness, a pain. It just, nothing's going right. That's that oppressed state of mind, because it's a mindset thing. You literally have to begin to change and shift your mindset, right? I want you to do it lonely. I want you to do it scared. I want you to do it sad. I want you to do it mad. I want you to do it happy. What is do it, Bevy? Only you know what that it is. Nobody could come and tell me what my it was. I had to do a lot of self-discovery. I had to do a lot of praying. I had to do a lot of time with God. I had to lock in with God to figure out what my it was. And my purpose is here to free women. It's to free and inspire women to be a better version of themselves. And a lot of it results in their confidence. And that's why when God gave me Elevate Her, it made sense. I'm just like, man. So while we're thinking about the pain that we're going through, while we're thinking about, I need a way out, I'm hurting, I'm this, I'm that, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to send you an invite to reach out to me, to DM me, so that we can get on one of my healing circles. Maybe I'll do a live session of my healing circle, because it's private, it's safe. And I just don't want to go into details. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go on details on here. You know what I'm saying? Because the goal right now is for you to realize, hey, I am hurting. But use that pain and turn it into your purpose. The thing is, a lot of us were like, well, how? You got to sit. I know I'm telling you to come off mute, but you got to sit this one out and just be silent and listen to God. This is only how this is going to work. You have to. You might, for a week or two, or even a month or a few months, the music that you normally listen to, you're going to have to cut that out. What you normally watch, you're going to have to cut it out. That's only if you're serious about really healing and elevating yourself to the next level, which is to, how can I ease the pain? No, we don't want to ease the pain. We want to overcome it. We don't want to live in an ease your pain type of season. We not easing it. Baby, God will dry up that pain And you be like, I was hurt over what? Over who? I didn't have what? Like, for real, that's the type of season we want to be in. And I'm telling you, I'm going to always tell y'all, I'm always put a spiritual pin in it. It is God. God. I'm telling you, you have to get a relationship with God. I can sit up here and tell you what I did all day, every day. But is it really going to work? Is it really going to work for you? Are you really ready to be healed? Because yeah, your pain, you're going to turn it into a purpose. But you also got to have that healing factor. Are you really ready to heal? Are you really ready to forget and forgive? Yeah, that's what it is. Forgive. Yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all. So listen, time is out. I went an extra 15 minutes. So stay tuned for the behind the scenes footage, but go ahead and comment, like, and share. I thank you so much, but y'all gonna need these last 15 minutes, baby, because I'm telling you, it's gonna free you. Love you. Bye.